Hi, wrestling fans. Welcome to another exciting action-packed hour of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Professional wrestling the way it used to be and the way you like it. I'm Bob Caudle, and we welcome you to another action-packed hour here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. This week we're going to see an update between the Fantastics and Jim Cornette's Heavenly Bodies. And part of what you saw last week, we'll get an update on that action. Also, we're going to see a videotape of more bad blood between Robert Gibson and Jimmy Golden. Also, we're going to be finding out more about Summer Blast. We got a unique tag team match for you this week also, fans. One I think you're going to enjoy. The Batten twins, Bart and Brad, are going to be taking on Dixie, Dynamite, and Nitro Danny Davis. What about that, Dutch?
Well, first of all, I think that match should be scrapped anyway because I don't like none of them guys. But my special guest today on Down and Dirty with Dutch is Buddy Landell. He's going to tell all you fans how he's going to whoop Tim Horner at Summer Blast and going to talk about the robbery that conspired last week right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling, my special guest.
All right, fans, that's going to be it. We got a lot of action to pack into this hour. Stay right with us. We're about ready for action. Right now, let's go to the ring.
Wrestling fans, introducing first from Music City, Tennessee, 200 pounds, Gary Scott. His opponent is making his way to the ring, weighing in at 245 pounds, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
All right, fans, in the opening match, there he is, making his way, as our ring announcer said, into the ring right now, Mr. Wonderful himself, Paul Orndorff, and Gary Scott. And he goes charging at Scott even before the bell. Dutch, what do you think about that?
Well, Mr. Wonderful comes to the ring unaccompanied by music. He comes to the ring. What he brings to the ring is a lot of fire, a lot of strength, a lot of experience, and he looks a little more businesslike than usual today. He made a mistake with this young Gary Scott from Music City, Tennessee. But as you can see, he rectified the situation there in short order.
I think he's got his mind on Brian Lee and Ronnie Garvin at Summer Blast coming up later this month. I think that's his problem right there.
Now, Brian Lee, let me say, he doesn't have a lot of brains, but he does have brains enough to know that he can't beat up two men. Because both Dirty White Boy and Paul Orndorff are both after him, so he has gone to get like a bounty hunter, so to speak, in Ronnie Garvin. He's not called the Hands of Stone for anything. Now, in Spanish, he would be Manos de Piedras. That's just for my fans out there. I'm bilingual. I just want to tell them that. But Paul Orndorff, he's demonstrating right now the technique and the style and the viciousness that made him on top of the wrestling world.
Well, he is certainly vicious. There's no doubt about that. And it's going to be interesting to see outside of the ring. You saw him ram young Gary Scott right into that fence around the ring. That's a steel fence around there. Maybe he's not going to go to the pile driver. That's been outlawed. He's been fined for using that pile driver.
By
Do
who?
you think he'll do it?
By who?
By Smoky Mountain Commissioner Bob Armstrong.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Right under it, flying press. Got him down, could not hold Mr. Wonderful.
But he's dominating Gary Scott. He's maintaining control.
Well, he's mauling him. He's really stomping him, kicking him around.
Let's
he's beating up on him.
Let's just call it like it is. He's about halfway to kill this boy.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what he's doing in there.
If I was Gary Scott, I'd just get out right now. Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Wonderful and the referee, Mark Curtis, in a little war of words there. What's that about? I think Mark Curtis, the referee, sort of advised him against some of that vicious stuff he's using, but it's going to be to no avail. You see, Mr. Wonderful is tuning up for Ronnie Garvin. He's tuning up for primetime Brian Lee and the big match and the big confrontation to come down at Summer Blast.
He's tuned. I think he's running on all the cylinders.
Have you ever read Mr. Wonderful's who he's defeated, his one-lost record?
Oh, shoot.
He's beat them all. He's beat Hulk Hogan.
That's like a
He's
who's
beat Ric Flair. He's beat, well, in essence, he really beat Brian Lee at the Volunteer Slam. Would you agree?
Don't put me on the spot, Dutch. I don't agree with that.
Bob,
I don't agree with that.
Bob, really, you
and I really disagree on a lot of things, Dutch, and that's certainly one of them.
Bob, you need to quit this drinking. You know that Bob Armstrong helped Brian Lee win.
Look here. He's just...
Look at that.
Mr. Wonderful showing you that tremendous muscle ahead.
Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
He had him out. There was no way he was going to get up from that, Dutch. He really didn't even have to cover him with the press when he had him on the mat. Let's go back and let's take another look.
Well, Mr. Wonderful continuing in his winning ways right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. You see, shoots Gary Scott in. Now, Gary Scott's a young wrestler. We may see a lot of him in the future. But as of today, he is on, Mr. Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful helps him down a little bit right there. A big win for Orndorff in his tune-up for Summer Blast coming up in mid-July. Let's go now to Bob Cottle standing by with Jim Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies.
All right, Dutch, and you're right. Here are the Heavenly Bodies and Jim Cornette. And I tell you, the Fantastics are tuned. They're ready. We've seen them. They're laying for you guys.
Let me tell you something. They're not tuned. They're not even wrestlers. What they are is lunatics. Those guys right now should be locked in a padded cell with a ball and chain around their leg. No, those guys should be sitting right now on death row for attempted murder. This isn't wrestling. They attacked us, Bob Cottle, with lead pipes, sticks, stones, boards. They tried to kill us, and you know why? I know why they're trying to do this. It's because they're jealous. They know we're the best-looking men in professional wrestling. They know all the women want us. They know our phone rings all night. They know we have the gold, and they want to kill us and get us off God's green earth because they're racked and insane with jealousy.
Let me tell you something right now. Don't even bother holding those fingers up, brother, because I'm going to be here for a minute. I'm going to tell you something fantastic. It's coming up at Summer Blast. It's a Smoky Mountain street fight. You know what that means? Just what you already had. Wear anything you want to wear. Bring anything you want to bring. The only rule is there ain't no rules. The baddest man, the toughest guts is left standing at the end of the thing, and that's the only way to determine a winner. Well, let me tell you something. We may not let it go till Summer Blast because we realize that you're going to do it to us again if you get the opportunity. So it's our job to make sure you don't get the opportunity. So I'm telling you, Fultons, I'm giving you a warning. The next time we see you Fantastics, you're done. It's over with. It's the end. And you know what I'm saying is true, and so does every stinking person in here. They've never seen a man in this town till these two guys walked in, and they've never seen a single person that told the truth in this town until I came here. Bottom line, Fultons, we're getting you before you get us at Summer Blast.
All right, fans, it's all going to come down at Summer Blast, mid-July. We'll be back. We'll have more action right after we take this time out.
Fans, if you'd like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization, and you'd like to see the excitement of Smoky Mountain Wrestling live in your hometown, this message is for you. High school and college athletic departments, sports teams, police and fire departments, JCs, civic groups, or any group wishing to raise money can bring the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling to town for a night of action and receive a portion of the receipt. Write to us or call Sandy Scott at 703-989-6819. Smoky Mountain Wrestling and your civic group, an unbeatable tag team.
Fans, here with me right now, White Lightning Tim Horner. Tim, Nature Boy Buddy Landell says you cost him the championship last week right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
That's right. Well, let's just go see the VTR of this.
All right, fans, let's go back and take a look at just what Buddy Landell's talking about.
Well, you see what Buddy
He's trying
Landell
to scoop him up.
What he's waiting
He got
for.
285 pounds. He couldn't do it.
Bob, I was talking.
Go ahead, Dutch.
I guess you didn't. I guess you.
What's this?
Now, see, that's where the power. Brian Lee he's a very strong man. Very strong man. But let's see if his experience will. Let's see if experience will outweigh strength.
Well, he came charging right after Landell. Landell with that elbow again. You talk about the experience factor. And Buddy Landell, he's been in against the best. He's beaten the best.
Wait a minute.
Time after time.
What's Tim Horner doing out there?
Well, it looked like Landell may have had something wrapped around that fist, and there was Tim
What
Horner.
is Tim Horner doing out there?
1, 2, 3.
And your winner of the match, the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion, Primetime Brian Lee.
Conspiracy. Conspiracy, pure and simple, ladies and gentlemen. If the Fantastics can get by with it, Tim Horner can get by with it. There is no justice. Where is Bob Armstrong right now? Where is Bob Armstrong right now? Let's take a look at it. Give me a slow-mo, truck. There you see Buddy Landell going toward Brian Lee right there. Tim Horner is going to appear in the picture in just a minute. There he is, like a thief in the night, like the little thief that he is. Brian Lee takes advantage of an opportune situation and gets the win right here, and they're going to let it stand.
Buddy, Tim.
Was that not beautiful, Bob Cottle? Looks like, Buddy Landell, you're getting a taste of your own medicine. How does it taste, Bud? He said I cost him the title. That's right, I did cost you the title, Buddy Landell. For several weeks now, you've been on me. You've been up in my face. You caused me a lot of grief. Well, I decided I'm going to fight fire with fire, Buddy Landell. I'm going to be in your face. From now on, when you get up in the morning, you're going to think about me. When you go to bed at night, you're going to think about me. And when it's all over, he's still going to think about me, because, Buddy Landell, I'm going to be on you like a wet T-shirt from now on. Every time you get up, when you go to bed, like I said, you're going to think about me. So, Buddy Landell, how does it taste? Sweet.
All right, fans, that's from Tim Horner, White Lightning himself. We're about ready now with action again. And let's go to the ring.
Wrestling fans, introducing first, from Knoxville, Tennessee, 230 pounds, the Golden Boy, Joe Casana. His opponent is from Morristown, Tennessee, 228 pounds. Wrestling fans, here's White Lightning, Tim Horner.
All right, fans, Golden Boy Joe Casana, White Lightning Tim Horner, and this should be a really action-packed match. Both of these guys move quickly around the ring. Both of them are very agile, good, quick athletes, I think.
Okay, ask me what I thought about what Tim Horner had to say.
What did you think about what Tim Horner had to say, Doug?
I don't think it was too convincing. Fans, if you tuned in late, Down and Dirty, my special segment right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling is going to be up shortly, and my special guest will be the real Nature Boy, Buddy Landell, and he's going to tell us the other side of the story.
All right, I'm anxious to hear that.
Let's flip both sides of the coin here.
I'm on. Stay tuned. I want to hear that, and fans, we want you to stay tuned because you don't want to miss that either.
See, Buddy Landell believes that Tim Horner cost him the title, which is rightfully so. He did, because last week I called it robbery. Where was Bob Armstrong then? He wasn't anywhere to be found. And if any man, see, if there is no justice, if there is no rules, we don't even need a commissioner. It's only the ones he's trying to protect now. Bob Armstrong doesn't want that information out, but my job, my sole purpose in life, my sole purpose in being on this earth is to inform the fans at home of the injustices going on to my friends, Buddy Landell, Mr. Wonderful, Dirty White Boy, Jim Cornette, and the Heavenly Body.
Man, you got a good friend for being changed.
Yes, and I am proud to call them friends.
Here goes Casana. Right back on the attack again. White Lightning, Tim Horner. Hey, you know something else? Would you let me go back and digress just a little bit further back?
I'll regress.
I'm on digress a little bit.
Okay.
Do you think that maybe Jim Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies might be running a little bit scared right now?
They sound that way. Do you think a team or a manager who's had 4 United States Tag Team Champions, 2 World Tag Team Champions, is more or less scared?
Yeah, they got beat up on the You saw that tape.
A bunch of street thieves, street thugs. They ought to be in a gang out in Los Angeles. Fans, if Bob Caller hasn't told you, today we're in Cumberland, Kentucky, and I have just realized today why people live here. You know why they live here?
No,
they can't find their way out of here. I never found my way here. They can't read a map, so they can't get out of town, so they spend their whole life. And when they talk Smoky Mountain Wrestling, they mean in the heart of the Smoky Mountain. We're as far back in these mountains as you can go.
That's about the first thing I could said truthful, and I hope that we find our way out here. By the way, Tim Horner, and I talked to him earlier just before we had that interview, and he says that he's got Nature Boy Buddy Landell right where he is. And that's in a strap match, and there's no way that Buddy's going to get away when the action gets hot. He's going to be tied to him with that strap.
Well, now, Tim Horner, he's a little bit smart too, if there is such a thing in the Smoky Mountains, somebody being smart. Tim Horner does have Buddy Landell thinking about him now, but when they start talking about strap matches and strapping each other at the wrist with an 8-foot-long leather strap where you can only go 8 feet away, you better think a little twice about that. See, because in my career, I never wanted anything to like infringe on my freedom.
Oh, man.
Or to try to put me in a cage or anything like that.
You didn't want to be where you couldn't escape, is that right?
This has turned into a chess match now. Tim Horner's done something now. Buddy Landell, believe me, he's thinking, and he's thinking a lot. He's from Jacksonville, Florida. He's from a real state, so he can think. Other as opposed to people in the Smoky Mountains who can't think.
Casana went to the eyes, in with that head rammed into the turnbuckle. Now he's got Horner coming off the ropes after the whip.
Good
right
move.
into the elbow. Covers him now with a press. Didn't have the leg hooked. Could not hold him there,
well,
Dutch.
you got to hook the leg if you're going to get a pin. Good move with Joey Cazanas. I was looking at Joey Cazanas a little earlier. He looks like, if you look at him in the face, he looks a little bit like he came directly off the Quaker Oats box, if you look at his face.
Well, he's...
or maybe right off a $1 bill.
He's got a little weight advantage right here on White Lightning Tim Horner, and he's using that weight pretty good as he's hanging on Horner over the ropes. Dutch, when you do that, if you hang on to the guy, you sort of try to wear him down. But there's Horner with a good kick. That one right into the chest, a right hand, and another powerful right hand. And down goes Kazanis from those rights.
Kazanis has to learn you can't leave your whole body open for any kind of attack, and that's what he did to Tim Horner, and Tim Horner took advantage of it.
Horner now whipped into the ropes, goes right behind Kazanis. Here's Kazanis over Horner now. He may roll him up and stack him right here. He's got him, Dutch.
Wait a minute.
At natural bridge, 2, 3.
He got it.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Tim Horner. Look here. Here's Bell, but he's got the strap right around the throat, the belt around the throat of Tim Horner. And slung him down, gone at him with that strap, knocked him down. Look there. He's beating him with that strap right in the center of the ring as he pounds away on him. Look at it. Fans, we got to get Tim Horner restored. That is justice. As he whips and beats away at Tim Horner. Let's get the heck out of here, Dutch.
Wrestling fans, Smoky Mountain Wrestling comes to Benton, Tennessee at the Polk County High School on July 6th, bell time 7 p.m., and all seats are only $5. Four-team elimination match for $5,000. The Fantastics, the Heavenly Bodies, Dixie Dynamite, and Danny Davis, and Buddy Landell and Jimmy Golden. And in a Smoky Mountain title match, the Dirty White Boy meets primetime Brian Lee.
Benton, Tennessee, get ready because the white boy's coming to town, Daddy. And so is big prime-time Brian Lee. Now, you're the Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion. It was real easy to win it, wasn't it? It's going to be even harder to hang on to it. And, Brian, little word of advice. I don't think you're the man to do it because you've got to face me and Benton. And that's where you're going down.
Hey, $5 a head. $5 a head to get into Benton. They ought to charge about $45 to see these men in action. But I tell you something, $5,000 on the line. Four-team elimination. Fantastics. Heavenly Bodies. Dixie Dynamite and Danny Davis and Buddy Landell and Jimmy Golden. I tell you what, Landell and Golden, they may give us a little bit of a scrap. Davis and Dynamite, you're going to explode, and in Fantastics, we're going to be left all alone with you to break some more bones in addition to that $5,000, right, Tom?
You see, when you are the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions, you might as well just draw a target on our backs because everybody wants a shot. But everybody would also like to have $5,000. And in Benton, Tennessee, you guys are going to have the chance. But what you don't realize and what you don't understand is not only are we the greatest tag team to ever come around here, but we are the best looking guys to ever come in this area. And all you stinking, snaggle-toothed, disgusting, puking women, keep your hands off us when we come to Benton, Tennessee, because Stan Lane and myself have been everywhere, and we're going to be some more places, and we're going to be $5,000 richer, man.
That's exactly right. Let me tell you something. When you think about the Heavenly Bodies, remember one thing. You can look, but you can't touch. When you think about $5,000, remember this. It's going to be in our pockets in Benton.
Fans, recently in Knoxville, a match took place between Robert Gibson and Jimmy Golden. Golden had asked for that match, saying that Gibson couldn't beat him again. Well, let's take a look at what happened, and then we're going to hear from Jimmy Golden.
Now the fans are getting into this match. 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes. Referee Mark Curtis still says, give it up. Gibson powers his way up, but Golden has him right back in the corner. Drives that fist to the midsection. Now by the hair, lands one on the forehead. Gibson comes right back, shoots an elbow, another elbow, 3 times into the chest of Jimmy Golden. Lands that fist on the forehead, Golden down, holding his head. Shoots Golden across the rings, catches him on the return with a knee. Lifts Golden up, he's got him down with a count, 2 count. Golden kicks out, goes into the corner. Golden whipped into the turnbuckle. Here's Gibson, top of the second strand of ropes. Into the turnbuckle. Golden leaning back, catches the brunt of the fury of Robert Gibson. Goes right back. Let's do it again there, rock and roll Gibson. Jimmy Golden has a foreign object. Catches Robert Gibson on the forehead. And there is a 3 count. And your winner is going to be Jimmy Golden. Fans
fans on their feet right here questioning the tactics of Jimmy Golden as he went to his trunks, pulled out what looked like to me, wrestling fans, a chain, and caught Gibson on the forehead.
Robert Gibson, I have told you over and over, boy, that you wasn't no match for Jimmy Golden. You don't listen too good, do you, son? I'm going to tell you something. I've knocked you out once. I can knock you out again. The people in Smoky Mountain Wrestling has accused me of using a chain to knock you out. I have never had a chain in all my life. And now they want to take me out there before the match and have to make me let some of the wrestling fans there, some of them hillbillies, stinking, rotten, slammy fans come out there and put their hands on me and search me for a chain. I ain't never used no chain. I don't need no chain to beat you, Robert Gibson. I'll beat you again. I'm going to knock you out one more time. I hope you show up.
Wrestling fans, introducing first from Cheyenne, Wyoming, 230 pounds, Rick Cannon.
And of course, Dutch, you know what that music means. That's bringing into the ring area right now one of the real favorites of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, rock and roll, Robert Gibson. The fans love him.
Well, I'm glad somebody loves him.
His opponent tonight is from Pensacola, Florida, 234 pounds, rock and roll, Robert Gibson!
Rock and roll Robert Gibson has held a number of championships, tag team championships, world championship, Dutch, 4 or 5 times.
Well, did he hold it 4 times or did he hold it 5 times?
He held it 4 times.
Okay. You can't hold something 4 or 5 times.
Well,
it's either 4 or it's 5. But it's like being halfway pregnant. You're not halfway. You're either pregnant or you're not.
Okay.
Not you.
I'm glad you clarified that. I'm glad you said that. What about Gibson? I think he's a really outstanding competitor. He's really been making a name for himself now as a singles competitor and a singles wrestler. Been going great guns. We've seen him have some tremendous matches and some great wins right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Okay, that's what you say. That's what you say. This is what fans, this is what Bob Caudle means. Bob Caudle means Robert Gibson is a crybaby. He's asking for a match where Golden will be searched by the fans. That is stupid. That's asinine in and of itself, of course. Can you imagine a wrestler going to the ring and being searched by fans? Do you know that the public health department should be notified? That can spread germs. And he's just crying that he can't beat Jimmy Golden on his own. So now again, he's going to Bob Armstrong. He's doing this. He's crying. I might as well take a towel to the ring and just let him fill it up with tears.
Well, nevertheless, Dutch, that match will take place at Summer Blast, and Golden will be searched. He's going to be searched for foreign objects by members of the audience. People in the audience, the fans, they're going to search him.
Okay, this is our first look at Rick Cannon from Cheyenne, Wyoming here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Oh, and he came in with a toughie. Look at that right there, that suplex by Gibson.
Well, this wouldn't be the most, my first selection for an opponent, Robert Gibson. Now, let's don't take anything away from Robert Gibson. He's tough, he's rough, he's been around the sport, he's got experience. He's got all the credentials to be a champion. But one thing stands in the way of Robert Gibson and success at this moment, and that's none other than Jimmy Golden, also one of my close friends.
Yeah, I knew he was going to be a friend of yours, Dutch. I tell you, I can pick your friends out of a crowd, and I probably can also count them on one hand, Bob, 2 hands at the outside.
Bob, your job as a journalist is to be objective, not subjective, and right then you stepped over the boundary.
All
you don't know how many friends I have. You know nothing about me. What bad move for Rick Cannon there.
Oh, boy, Cannon got slammed hard right into those turnbuckles into the corner. Right on top of him again was Gibson. Gibson, as we said, is an experienced competitor. He's traveled around. He's wrestled with the very best and against the very best, beating them, taking them on, beating them time and time again. And when he gets a man hurt, he's going to stay right on top of him, Dutch. And that's what you got to do. Don't let him recover.
Fans coming up. In the next segment,
I was going to mention that.
Down
Dutch.
and Dirty with Dutch with my special guest today, Buddy Landell, and everybody saw.
The match, rock and roll, Robert Gibson.
Well, you're right there, Dutch, and the fans don't want to miss that. We're going to hear more from the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell. But right now, let's go back and take another look at this win for Robert Gibson.
Okay, Robert Gibson, the rock and roll express fame. There you see Rick Cannon, his opponent, holding his eyes. Obviously, Gibson broke some rules, gouged him in the eyes, as he's prone to do. But right now, Robert Gibson gets a win. He's sending a message to Jimmy Golden, but Jimmy Golden, I don't believe, is impressed.
All right, fans, Dutch will be talking with Buddy Landell when we come back.
Next.
Right after this.
Fans, if you'd like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization, and you'd like to see the excitement of Smoky Mountain Wrestling live in your hometown, this message is for you. High school and college athletic departments, sports teams, police and fire departments, JCs, civic groups, or any group wishing to raise money can bring the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling to town for a night of action and receive a portion of the receipt. Write to us or call Sandy Scott at 703-989-6819. Smoky Mountain Wrestling and your civic group, an unbeatable tag team.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Down and Dirty with Dutch. I'm Dutch Mantell, and you're not. My special guest, as I have told you several times before he got out here today, the real nature boy, Buddy Landell. And, Buddy, I'd like to welcome you to my segment right here, and I want to congratulate you. Tim Horner cost you the title last week right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and I told my cohort back there, Bob Cuttle, that you were thinking. And if any man can think, it's you, and I'm glad you got that egg-sucking dog down and you give him a whooping that his mama needed to give him years and years ago.
Well, don't you know that I learned a lot of my stuff from riding up and down the road for you with you for about 10 years. You see, Tim Horner did cost me a title shot, and it did upset me, Dutch, but I'll tell you something. Professional wrestling is a game of strategy. It's mental chess. Yeah, he made me upset for a minute, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm a number one, I'm a top contender. I can get another title shot any day of the week.
What are you going to do
for a guy like Tim Horner? It comes along once in a lifetime. So what I did was I just turned the switches on him. I strapped him. I just whooped his butt on TV. I give you the whooping your mama should have given you a long time ago. Baby, you're fooling with some real men right now. We're talking about the Summer Blast. Dutch, let me explain. Hold that. Let me tell you something, Tim Horner. I have beat you up so many times. Yeah, I beat you up so many times.
Whoa. Hey, buddy, don't leave me. Whoa. Wait a minute. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Wait a minute. Now, hold it. Now, I ain't got no problem with you. Now, wait a minute.
I'll tell you something.
Wait a minute, let me tell you, I'm glad to see you. I hope you whoop that Buddy Landell like the dog he is. I thought it was awful, him coming in the ring and hitting you like that. And I don't like it. That's despicable behavior. I won't tolerate it.
Let me tell you something, Buddy Landell. All you're doing is digging your grave a little deeper. For every whip you put on me, I'm going to put two on you and laugh about it. How do you like that, Buddy Landell? It ain't over. You know what leather's all about. You've got a whip.
Yeah.
You know what it can do.
Yes, I do.
Well, Buddy Landell's going to find out exactly what it can do.
I think you need to take him down and whoop him like the dog he is. He had no right to do that to you, and I told him out here, too. I told him right to his face.
You don't have to worry about that because I'll take care of Buddy Landell.
Well, thank you, Tim. There you heard it, fans. Buddy Landell and Tim Horner making an impromptu appearance. Don't go away, fans. We'll be right back right after this commercial break.
Fans, if you'd like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization, and you'd like to see the excitement of Smoky Mountain Wrestling live in your hometown, this message is for you. High school and college athletic departments, sports teams, police and fire departments, JCs, civic groups, or any group wishing to raise money can bring the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling to town for a night of action and receive a portion of the receipt. Write to us or call Sandy Scott at 703-989-6819. Smoky Mountain Wrestling and your civic group, an unbeatable tag team.
Wrestling fans, introducing first from Chattanooga, Tennessee, 221 pounds, Paul Lee.
All right, man. Paul Lee in the ring. And right now, into the ring area, you're going to be very shortly getting a look at the Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion. None other than prime time himself, Brian Lee. Here's a young man that I think is just taking the professional wrestling world by storm, Dutch.
Well, he's held on to the title one more week, but I think time's running out on him. The clock is ticking.
His opponent for this contest is from Orlando, Florida, 280 pounds, the Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion, Primetime Brian Lee.
All right, fans, about 285 pounds, 6 feet 7 tall. Primetime Brian Lee and Paul Lee. We got two Lees in there, Dutch.
Wait a minute. Paul Lee and Primetime Brian Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now. I bet this kid is Brian Lee's illegitimate son. They both have the same name, and they look alike.
No, there's no resemblance.
Look at that genetic makeup. They need to do a DNA testing on Brian Lee.
No resemblance.
Knowing his morals, I wouldn't doubt it.
Look at Primetime. Now he's got Lee high in the air. Man, he shows you his strength and power when he just presses him high in the air, throws him almost out of the ring, well into the corner.
Let me say
and when
something.
he hit, he just bounced across the ring.
My last segment was interrupted rudely, I might add, by Tim Horner.
Hey,
and what I started to do, you know what? No, let me tell you this.
Did my ears deceive me? Did you walk both sides of the aisle during that interview up there?
Of course I did not.
Oh, man.
Buddy Landell needed to whoop Tim Horner, and I told him rightly so out there in the ring. I don't back down from no man. It ain't nothing for me to slap a man's face.
Wow.
I'll tell you right now. What I started to do after I started to take Tim Horner and just wear him out, but I wanted Buddy Landell to have the honor. I'm going to whoop him like the egg-sucking dog that he is anyway.
I got that impression, Dutch. I sure did. Look at these chops here now from Paul Lee.
Well,
Brian Lee, they don't phase him. He just keeps coming
at him. It's hard to phase a psycho. You can shoot a taser gun at a psycho, and it won't bother them. They'll get up and walk all over you.
Well, I tell you, here's a young man that really believes he's found a way to get even with both Mr. Wonderful himself, Paul Orndorff, and the Dirty White Boy at the same time, and that's by bringing in the man with the hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin, as his partner at Summer Blast.
In Spanish, what's the hands of stone?
I don't remember. You told me that.
De Piedras. But, see, regardless of what you call his hands, he's a hard psycho, is what he is. And psychos, I guess they travel in pairs now. You know, I said a long time ago, Brian Lee may have the capacity to be a mass murderer or a serial killer. Now we got two of them running loose, and Smoky Mountain is bringing in both of them.
Right over the top rope in the corner goes Paul Lee. Now over the top rope, and Brian caught him right in midair. Just drove him right to the mat with that shoulder. What a power move right there by Brian Lee, taking him off of the rope, height of the air, driving the shoulder right in as he almost put him right through the mat.
Well, he went for his move and got it on him, the cancellation, and he takes Paul Lee out.
With a cancellation, as you said, Dutch, and we have yet to see anybody get up from that. Let's go back and take another look at it.
No, as of this moment, nobody has gotten up from the cancellation, but you see the power that Brian Lee does possess, and he just dropped him right into it. He didn't really get the full force on it, but he was a little sweaty from being in this hot building in this stinking Cumberland, Kentucky. But right now, let's go to Bob Caudle standing by with a special guest.
All right, Dutch, and you're right, and right here with me, fans, our Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion, Primetime Brian Lee. Brian, all of Smoky Mountain Wrestling is buzzing, and they're buzzing about the partner that you brought in for Summer Blast.
You're exactly right, Bob. Fist of stone.
Yes.
Fist of stone. I'm so excited I can't even hardly talk. I'm going to tell you what, White Boy and Paul Orndorff, you're taking him a little bit light. I just want to show you some of the things this man's done in the past.
Quick catches him, turns him around, chop. Chops him again. Oh, look at it. No! Knock up. Garvin coming right back, taking everything Rick can get up. Again and again. Throws him across. Comes in. Back up. Rick goes up, looks around, trying to figure a way to escape. Starts to climb up. Garvin goes right after him. Takes his... right at the top of the fence. Rick. Straddles the ropes and down. Garvin up. Look at him. Up on the top rope. Here he comes. Sunset. 1, 2, 3. Ron Garvin is just
That's right. Everybody knows what this is. This what made me a famous man in professional wrestling, my right hand, along with the rest of my ability and my intestinal fortitude. And now I hear that Paul Orndorff and the Dirty White Boy think they're tough and bad. Bad and tough, whatever you want. Well, I'm going to tell you, boys, I'm a Smoky Mountain boy myself, because a few years back I lived in the Smoky Mountain area and I ruled the area. And now I hear that you guys want to be king of the hill. Well, I hear what you've done to Brian Lee, and Brian Lee has called me and asked me to come and help. Well, I'll be glad to come and help. I just turned 41 years old. I'm like a George Foreman. I'm in the better shape of my life. And there's nothing more I like to come and rule that area again. And I'm going to tell you, Dirty White Boy, you better start shaking in your boots, because when this right hand here hits you, you're going to think the end came down on you. And Paul Orndorff, you think you're the king of the pile driver? But I'm going to tell you something. I used the pile driver, boy, before you even thought about wrestling. So, my friend, get that head ready. If I were you, I'd wear a hard hat. And if I were you, I'd wear a face mask to protect that nose of yours, because I'm going to do some business on you guys. And don't forget the Garvin Stomp. I was the one-man gang at one time, and I'm the Hands of Stone. So you boys think you've done something in wrestling? Ha ha! You haven't done anything like Ronnie Garvin's fixing to do.
All right, Brian, there he is, and he's something to behold. We've seen that guy take out champions, many, many people with that tremendous fist of his.
You're exactly right. He takes out champions, he takes out wrestlers, and I guarantee you one thing. When primetime Brian Lee and Ron Garvin stand side by side, it's going to be nothing but a butt whooping, baby, because when we come to Knoxville for Summer Blast, there's nowhere you can hide, White Boy. You've hit me with chairs. Paul Orndorff, you tried to pile drive me, you tried to take me out, and I'm still standing here with the gold, and I'm going to keep the gold. And Ron Garvin, when he gets a hold of you, and I'm standing there busting your head when he gets done, it's going to be songs and dances, baby. Primetime Brian Lee, Ron Garvin, Summer Blast, we're coming to you live.
All right, fans, you don't want to miss that one. And Mr. Wonderful and the Dirty White Boy, they got more than their work cut out for them. We'll be back. We'll have more right after we take this brief time out.
Fans, if you'd like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization, and you'd like to see the excitement of Smoky Mountain Wrestling live in your hometown, this message is for you. High school and college athletic departments, sports teams, police and fire departments, JCs, civic groups, or any group wishing to raise money can bring the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling to town for a night of action and receive a portion of the receipt. Write to us or call Sandy Scott at 703-989-6819. Smoky Mountain Wrestling and your civic group, an unbeatable tag team.
Well, fans, we heard from primetime Brian Lee, and of course some folks that really disagree with that. Here's Mr. Ron Wright, the Dirty White Boy, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Well, I'll tell you, I've never been so worried and tore up over anything in my life after seeing what Ronnie Garvin done to the NWA heavyweight champion. Right. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable, and they've got me worried. I'm afraid maybe these men don't really know how dangerous that man is. I'm going to have Ron.
You know something? You just saw Ron Garvin beat Ric Flair. Well, let me tell you something. I've beaten Ric Flair. The Dirty White Boy has beaten Flair. And anybody with a pair of wrestling trunks beaten Ric Flair. And just to let you know, though, this first Dirty White Boy, me and him really don't want to be partners. But the fact of the matter is, Brian Lee will not wrestle us by ourselves, because he knows he's been doing everything under the sun to keep that belt.
You know what it is, Paul?
Tell me, baby.
The man is just scared. Primetime Brian Lee, you are a scared man. You're scared of this man, and you're scared of me, so you got to run out and get somebody by the name of Ronnie Garvin. Well, Ronnie Garvin, you take a good look at this big man right here, and you bring your Hands of Stone, because I'm taking you out, and then we're taking care of Brian Lee, and that's a fact.
Ronnie who?
All right, fans, Summer Blast, that's going to be it. And by the way, right now, I want all of you fans to take a look at something very special, a special presentation from Smoky Mountain Commissioner Bob Armstrong to one of Smoky Mountain's most devoted fans. Watch it here.
You know, tonight we have a special award for Miss Beulah Boshier. She's been a fan of Smoky Mountain Wrestling since its origin. We want to thank you for some support, Beulah. Beulah's been a wrestling fan for over 50 years. And we certainly appreciate it. She's seen matches from Maine to Mexico, and she says that Smoky Mountain is the best. And Beulah, we love you, and we think you're the best. This is a lifetime Smoky Mountain Wrestling event pass. Good for anywhere you see Smoky Mountain Wrestling. By the way, Beulah's affectionate name is Bouncing Beulah. We love you, Beulah.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And wherever Smoky Mountain is like it, wrestling is like it used to be back in the early days, and I love it, and I'll always be there. If it's possible at all, I'll be there.
Well, we love you, baby. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, fans, with me right now is Smoky Mountain Commissioner Bob Armstrong. Bob, what about Summer Blast?
Well, it looks like Summer Blast is going to set a lot of rivalries around here in the Smoky Mountain area. First off, we have the Fantastics versus the Heavenly Bodies for the titles in a Smoky Mountain street fight. Then we have Primetime Brian Lee and Ronnie Garvin taking on the White Boy and Paul Orndorff. Then Tim Horner takes on Buddy Landell in a special strap match. Now, brother, this should settle a lot of feuds around here. And a lot of people are breaking the rules and spending money. I know we're getting rich in fines here, but as long as they break the rules, they're going to pay the money, and I'm going to see to it.
All right, it is payback time, I think, for the Heavenly Bodies. Right, Jackie?
That's right, Heavenly Bodies. You came out here earlier, and you said how you're looking for the Fantastics. Well, let me tell you one thing. We're right here right now. So come on out right now. We don't care. You've done a lot of things. You tried to take me out. You tried to end my career. You hurt my knee. You did things to Bobby. We fought you up and down that hallway because we just needed to get a piece of you. Let me tell you one thing, Cornette and Heavenly Bodies. You're not looking for us. We're looking for you. That's right. You know, I want to tell you something, Bob. If they're waiting for us, they'll back it up. And let me tell you this, Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies. You took $3,000 of our money because, Cornette, you provoked that when you interfered in that match for the disqualification. We are coming back, you know. Stan is crying about his eardrum being busted. We're going to bust more than that when it's all over. We're looking forward to that Smoky Mountain street fight at Summer Blast.
All right, fans, we'll have more, and we'll be back.
Wrestling fans, Smoky Mountain Wrestling comes to Benton, Tennessee, Polk County High School on July the 6th, bell time 7 p.m., and all seats are only $5. We have a 4-team elimination match for $5,000 featuring the Fantastics, the Heavenly Bodies, Danny Davis and Dixie Dynamite, and Buddy Landell and Jimmy Golden. And in a Smoky Mountain title match, it'll be the Dirty White Boy meeting Brian Lee, plus Robert Gibson, Tim Horner, Paul Orndorff, and all the top stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Now let's hear from Tim Horner. Tim?
You know, I can't wait to get to Benton, Tennessee. All the top stars in Smoky Mountain Wrestling are going to be there. And I want all my little lightning bolt buddies to come on out and cheer White Lightning on because I'm going to be zigging and zagging and striking all over Benton. Now, I heard you say that Nature Boy Buddy Landell was going to be in a 4-team elimination match.
Right.
For $5,000. That's a lot of money. Buddy Landell, you cost me $5,000, and if I have anything to do about it, you won't win this $5,000 because you got some debts to pay, and you're going to pay the debtor.
Prime time, Brian Lee, the champion.
You know, White Boy, that's exactly right. Champion, and you can call me champion all day long, and I'm going to stay champion because this is the way I pay my bills. This is the way I feed my family. And I tell you what, White Boy, you come out here and talk about how easy it was to win this belt. Well, it was no picnic. And I can tell you one thing. I've never been to Benton, Tennessee, but I'm looking forward to coming down there. I've talked to my friends Tim, Gibson, Fantastics. They all talk about how good-looking the women are. I guarantee you one thing. One thing's not going to be good looking, and that's you, White Boy, when I get through with you in Benton, Tennessee. This title's on the line, and your life's on the line. And I'll tell you one thing. It's me or you, and I'm going to come out on top. So Benton, Tennessee, get ready. Smoky Mountain Wrestling's coming to you, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing is smoking when we come to Benton, Tennessee. White Boy, stand up here, run your mouth. Talk what you want to talk, say what you're going to do, but when it's all on the line in Benton, Tennessee, you're going to have to show me because talk's cheap. I want action, and that's exactly what it's going to be.
All right, fans, right now, making their way into the ring area here at the Batten Twins, Bart and Brad and Dutch. This is a match I've been looking forward to. You don't see a match like this very often in professional wrestling. This is going to be a great one. Here they are, the Battens.
Wrestling fans, the next event is a tag team contest. Introducing at a combined weight of 456 pounds. From Mount Hope, West Virginia, the Batten Twins, Bart and Brad Batten.
All right, and their opponents, here they come. I'll tell you, this is going to be a great one. Dixie Dynamite and Danny Davis. And when I talk about you don't see a match like this very often, Dutch, this should be a good, clean match. We've had a lot of brawls, riots, fights, whippings. We've seen it all. It's going to be great to see good, clean wrestling again.
Well, when they turn this music off, I'll tell you what I think about it.
All right, there they are. Look at the greeting they're getting from their fans around the ring. The youngsters especially love these two, Dixie Dynamite and Nitro Danny Davis. I tell you, we could have an explosion with these two, Dynamite and Nitro.
Dynamite and Nitro. Very good.
And their opponents tonight, introducing at a total weight of 433 pounds, from the heart of the Confederacy, Dixie Dynamite. His tag team partner is from right here in the USA, Nitro Danny Davis.
All right, fans, and as we said, it should be a Lulu, a good one. I look for this good, clean. You just go tell me what you think about a match like this. Go ahead,
Man,
give me that.
I am just thrilled to death over seeing this match here. This is going to be about as exciting as watching grass grow or watching a fishing show on television. It's about that.
Watching a fishing show, huh?
You know,
there goes Davis down. Look at that good move. Nitro Danny Davis got the feet right under the
tell you
chin.
You have proponents of capital punishment, right? I don't think the state should have to put anybody to death if they've done some kind of heinous crime. I think they should be strapped in a chair, a cyanide pill put close to them, and just one arm left free, and let them watch this match for about 5 minutes or so.
You think that'd be punishment enough?
No, and they'd take that cyanide pill and they'd take themselves out.
No,
See, the state wouldn't be held accountable for that. See, I'm thinking all the time. I'm a little bit.
Yeah, but your thinking is a little screwed here, Dutch. Look at these guys. How quick they are in the ring. You got 4 really outstanding athletes, all of them very quick and agile in the ring. They've all got good knowledge about professional wrestling. They know how to move around the ring. They know how to put moves on the opponents. They know how to counter. What more could you ask from
Big
guys?
deal. I wish I whoop all 4 of them by myself. And furthermore, Bob Gullo, are you doubting my logical thought process?
No, I'm just saying you and I certainly disagree on that. I think it's exciting to have a match like this when you see 4 guys.
Okay.
4 guys take the rules and abide by the rules and get in and give the fans a good, clean wrestling match, and the 2 best guys are going to come out on top.
Well, that's what you think you're going to see. You don't know if you're going to see that, right? You don't know if those bands. See, they're from West Virginia, and people from West Virginia are capable of doing anything.
All right, look at this reversal. We had one first from.
Wait a minute.
There's another one.
What
is this?
What is this?
Hey, we got a brawl out here on the floor. We got Jim Cornette.
Wait a minute.
We got the Fantastics. We got a fight going on out here. There's the bell that's matching the ring. The bell is sounded. They've made their way into the ring. Here's Jim Cornette up on the apron of the ring. The Battens and those are out of the ring. The Fantastics. That's Stan Lane down. Here's Cornette.
Whoa!
What the heck is going on?
Look
at
this. Well, now the Fantastics wanted them. Here's their chance to make good on all their threats and everything. See if they can take them down now.
Stan Lane with that helmet of some kind on. Here's the Dr. Tom Davis. He goes down from an elbow. The Fantastics are wanting him. There he goes, Cornette. Cornette got that good right hand. He goes down.
Well, what happened to
wild melee going on?
What happened to the match in the ring?
The ring, and when the bell sounded, they took off. And look at this.
Jackie Fortune's got. What? Cornette's got a chair.
Cornette with a chair.
This is out of hand here, Bob Cottle. The Fantastic got to be suspended. I know they started this.
Now Cornette again with that chair right across the head. We got foreign objects in the ring. We got chairs. We got all kind of wild things. This is the riot that we talked about. We saw part of that tremendous riot, and then earlier we saw all of it. Now here it's just
they're going after Jackie
Look
Fortune.
at this. They're going after that leg and
they're
that knee
trying to
again.
re-injure the leg. Well, they shouldn't have got in there. Bobby Fortune's got Cornette now. And then
down in the corner, and look at him going at it. There's Cornette. Cornette down on his back. He's been right in this wild melee going on in the ring. The Fantastics want payback. They want him any way they can get him. They want to put him out. They want payback time.
We don't have much time, Bob
for the
Cottle.
Heavenly Bodies. It's about gone, fans. We're going to have to leave it here. Next week, the Battens and Orndorff, plus more on Smoky Mountain and on the riot.
This is out of hand. They need to get somebody in there.
All right, here's Cornette with that tremendous blow from that racket. And Jackie Fulton went down again, and Bobby Fulton went after Cornette, hit from behind by Stan Lane. when you got 5 guys in the ring like this, Dutch. You got 3 on 2. I don't see how the Fantastics can hold off all 3 of them. That looked like a DDT right there from Stan Lane.
They've tried to get Cornette a couple of times, but he's been... See, Cornette's a tough man in his own right, even though people think he's a manager.
Cornette bails out. There goes Lane out. Now, the Heavenly Bodies and Cornette are out of the ring. They're leaving the arena. Look into the ring. There you see the Fantastic. They haven't had enough